So it just took about 5 whole minutes before I could get, connected. Mercury retrograde is alive and in action, and it's pissing me off, I tell you that. All right, so you guys, I'm Shay. I'm just going to do a collective read. I'm going to first just pull some energies from the Moonology deck, and then to see what's going on with the collective, and then get some things specific for what we need to be balancing out. Tens are all about completion, letting things go to let new things in. And, Libra is all about balance. It's about doing what you need to do in the physical to be balanced with the spiritual. All right. So the first thing that came out is a time to give rather than to take. So it's new moon in Virgo, and so there's a rebirthing, there's a pure energy that is trying to come out, and it's about your heart. And so if it's a time to give rather than to take, there could be an imbalance there. Some people may be giving more than they should. Some people may be taking more than they should. But for your own situation, you have to know, are you giving love to get it back the way you wanted, or are you just thinking that and just allowing anything to come to you? It's all about what you put out into the world. So what else is going on here? So it says your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. And so it's all about what you have been doing. It's about continuing to do what you have been doing, but having the awareness of where you may need some more inner strength, where you may need to, have a little bit more stability. It says, don't let pride get in your way. Just being aware of places where you may have been prideful. And then the last thing, it says, meditate and contemplate. And so I think for the month of October, for this 10, for this balance, this completion, it's all about meditating and contemplating on who you are, how you give love, how you receive love, and how you get back love. I was saying to my sister today, like, the universe is conspiring with me. It's not against me, it's with me. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to. It's not to fuck with me. It's actually because it's trying to show me something way more beautiful. And so for me, not letting my pride and how I think things are supposed to go and how people are supposed to be get in the way of just what divine has for me, what God has for me, what my higher self has for me. And that's for you guys. It's balancing what you do with your heart, making sure that it is given with love so you can get that back. And that's what's going to have that balance. And don't let pride get in your way while you're doing it. All right, so for some specific things that are going on with you that may either be held back from you, or you may be given too much of. Okay, so it's about work. So it says a time to give rather than to take. So it's actually about putting in work on the things that you love, things that you've probably done before in the past that you've probably disregarded. It's like, hey, you need to bring all of those things into fruition so you can get back what you want. That energy that you put into it, it's not going anywhere. It's still lingering. So make sure you're giving and taking to the projects that you have, to the things that you truly love, from the things that come, from your heart, the things that you are an expert on. The King of Swords, he's an expert in his field. He's very concise. He's very action oriented. He is someone that can speak his mind. And so it's saying it's a time to give rather than to take when it comes to work. The projects that you kind of left on the floor, they're not gone. Their energy is still there. You just have to, there's things that you need to do to balance. Okay, so what is going on with your hard work is paying off. So if your hard work is paying off, then it's about your career, it's about physical things, it's about your finances. Yeah, so your hard work is paying off because you've been taking care of it. This is why Spirit is like, hey, the person that you are becoming, it's a very nurturing person. It's a person that like I said, that pentacle that was just sitting on the floor, it hasn't been forgotten about. And Spirit is like, it's time to give and take. It's time to balance things that you forgot about in some type of way, things that you care about, things that you've been nurturing, things that may have felt like a burden, things that may have caused you like physical pain because you didn't understand all of it. But it's like now you are an expert in whatever it is, you know? So if it's about work, it's like it's time to pick up those projects. And so what is meditate and contemplate? Because it's like things that you've dropped, of course, you want to think about them before you start, you know, handling them again. But it's like it's a knowing that you have. Yeah. Balance, temperance. This is what these 10s are all about. The things that you know you're going to be completing, allow those projects to end. Why is this thing is like breaking up all weird? Anyway, it's all about balance. It's all about balancing, you know, those thoughts, the emotions that you have when it comes to these projects that you want to set forth. If it's about love, it's about balancing your emotion when it comes to the person or people that are in your life. It's about nurturing your feelings. It's about nurturing who you are, you know, nurturing yourself, growing yourself up to be who you thought you were going to be. And so that is actually beautiful. So is there any oracle messages? So it's there's a pure energy about work, a pure energy about stability, it's a pure energy about balance. This is what, you know, it seems like, you know, you guys are focusing now. It's a completion happening there. It's a new start that's happening there. And it says rainbow blessings. And so you guys may resonate with rainbows. You may be seeing rainbows like when you close your eyes or just weird trippy stuff, but blessings are showering your life. And it's like it's a time to give rather than take. Spirit is blessing you. Continue to do what you do, know where those imbalances are, and continue to sow into those things, to give back to what you know is right, and you will be blessed. You know, it's always the pot of gold at that end of the rainbow. And so it's like if you've been just taking care of yourself, if you've been nurturing yourself, if your mind has only been on work, you have to take time to balance yourself. You know, you have to take time to contemplate on all of the projects that you have. You don't want to take on too many things, and you don't want to forget about too many things, because they all have a way of doing what they need to do for you. It says surrender to your journey, release control. And so with release control, this is all about your projects. It's all about the things that are aligned for you. If you feel like there's too many things that are going on in your life right now, there's always help. There's always help. You just have to look around and see who is actually there for you. This thing is breaking up so bad. Anyways, okay, navigating the stars. It says follow your bliss. And so with that navigation, there's always going to be somebody there that's going to guide you. If it's not in the physical, it's definitely going to be in the spiritual. But you're going to have to open up to understand what's being completed, what's going to be, you know, needed of you to do, you know, what you need to do in this world. All right, so what else? Because you guys have been nurturing yourself. You've been working on these projects that you've been kind of forgotten about. You've been having the ability to balance your emotion and, you know, and what's fulfilling to you. Wow. Reflect and redirect your energy. Yeah. And so basically, when it comes to your projects, when it comes to your passions, don't take on too much that you can handle. The things that you have dropped in the past that you kind of left off, there's some magic that is still there. There's some passion that's still there. There's something, it says voyage of the heart. There's something that you put into it that is still vibrating for you. And it's like you have to balance what you've done in the past when it comes to the things that come out of your heart with the things that you're doing in the future. Because once you plant those seeds, they continue to grow, and you have to allow them to do what they need to do. Don't just throw the seed. Like, make sure you put it in the ground, you water it, you go back and you plant that, you know, you tend to your gardens. Make sure you do that. That's a part of your journey. That's a part of your heart. Tending to, you know, the things that you actually sow. And so the last thing is mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. Wow. And that's all that water energy. That's that temperance energy. That's that balance. That's what 10s are all about. This completion is happening because there's a healing energy that is among you. It's a healing energy that's within you. It's healing energy that's all around you. It's when you start to do what's favorable to God, when you start to walk in your purpose and do your work based off of what God has shown you to do, it heals you. It heals every part of you, and it heals the people around you. They get to see you in a new light. They get to smile at you in a different way. And literally, as just smiling at somebody makes you feel different on the inside. It makes your heart feel different. So just trust, like, when you are working on these things that you're passionate about, when it comes to like your career, because this is what it is right now, just nurture yourself. Don't forget about the things that you've done in the past that God that God put on your path. Don't forget about those things. Balance the two, okay? And so now, if anybody wants to know about like love, their love life or anything, there's always balance that needs to, be had there. And with the energy of just doing things from your heart, doing things that you love, what up? Doing things that you love, it's important to know that Spirit is trying to help you on that journey too. Whoa. It says, expect a powerful change. And so the powerful change is obviously hidden from you. You see all this in the background. Like, if you've seen it, it would probably blind your eyes when it comes to love. And so it's so important. Confidence is your key to success. It's so important to know that what is for you is going to be for you, and expect that to come to you. Always be expecting abundance to come to you. Always expect favor to come to you. Always expect God and the universe and your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors to be in favor of you, to be in line with your best interests, okay? That is so important. And then it says the Libra energy. A new romantic cycle begins. So for the people that, they want to know about love, expect a powerful change. You can't see this change because what God has for you is way too bright. It'll blind you. You just have to feel it and know it in your heart. You have to confidently know, and this is that Leo energy. You have to confidently have that. You have to have that inner strength to endure whatever God is trying to bring you in love. If you want true love, if you want what is actually heaven sent and meant for you, it's time to be prepared. It's time to balance the scales. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's all about you having this awareness of what has been, going wrong, and you add into it a little bit more here, a little bit more here, a little bit more here, a little bit more there. All right. So true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. This computer, this phone is just glitching like crazy. Mercury retrograde sucks. Not only did I get a flat tire on the 4th, a nail was in my tire. The people that fixed my tire burnt my tire. Had to call people. They said it got all the way to their corporate office, and my tire still isn't fixed. Then I ordered a new phone, had to send it back because they sent me the wrong phone. Fucking technology, bro. Fucking technology. All right. Wow. What is going on with love, you guys? What's going on with the collective for love? So it says your love life is being affected by children. And so it actually came out in the reverse. And it says, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So whatever is happening in love, something in the past could have been about the children. Ooh, it came right back. Let go of control issues. Wow. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So whatever it is, when it comes to love, Spirit is giving you clear directions. Like, leave the children out of it. Let go of control issues, allow this situation to unfold naturally. Allow, the divine plan, the divine purpose. Allow everything that you've done to actually manifest, to come full circle. It's like, in love, it's like, keep your hands out of it. Whoa. But it says confidence is your key to success. You have to be confident that things are working out for you. That, the love that you put out is the love that you're going to receive. Oh. But why is this energy so heavy? What is going on with you guys? Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And so things could be heavy on your heart because you're not clear on what you want. You're not clear on if you want to make the effort, or, but it says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So for anyone that wants to know about love in this situation, confidence is your key to success. You have to confidently know that the things that you love, the things that you put forth is going to come back to you. If you have been the very best in your relationship, you should not expect anything but the very best to come to you. And if something is out of alignment, just understand that it's up to you. If you have that knowing that something is out of alignment, you can balance the scales spiritually and physically. You don't need to involve anyone else. You just do that inner child work. You work on yourself and allow spirit to handle the rest. There's things that we really can't control when it just comes to matters of the heart. Okay? And so what else? Because this is I'm feeling this energy is a little different. So what's going on with this? Okay, so expect a powerful change. So the energy is, if you guys were messing with someone or whoever you were dealing with, you may have felt like they were childish. You may have felt like they were very sensitive. You may have felt like they were too sensitive. They pretty much cried about everything. Or they felt like, they cried because they didn't have, control. They always put on the front for family to control the narrative and stuff. And it's like, let go of that, because there's a change that's happening with matters of the heart. There's a change that's happening in family situations. People that realize that they are so super sensitive, they're realizing that they may be empaths in some type of way. You're realizing different spiritual gifts, okay? So it's like, let go of control. Things are happening to you and for you so you can understand like the higher plan, before you can balance out the spiritual and the physical. Nothing is set in stone, because we're always going. COVID then stopped us for almost 3 years, and we've gotten 3 years older. Crazy, right? So let go of control issues. 2 phones, they chat with others on a different phone. And so it's like, I think this person, like what's coming up with spirit is, this person may talk a lot to their family. They may talk a lot to their family about the situations that go on in the house, about the kids. It's like they may feel you, and you may feel like you don't have control over the situation. But spirit is just like, leave the kids out of it, work on the union between you two. If marriage scares you, if marriage scares them, if someone feels like they cannot commit because of the children or I don't know why that's coming up, just let it go. Leave it. Don't involve the children in it. Figure out what's going on between you two, and if it doesn't work between you two, then just release that. So what else? That's just a particular specific message for someone that will, watch this. I don't know. But it's like, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, spirit. So, it seems like, someone feels like the timing is just always bad. It seems like the timing is always off. Like they're just too forgiving whenever whenever someone actually wants to reconcile. I don't think this person feels like they get their point across. I think someone feels like their kindness gets taken for weakness, or, whatever it is. No one can be handled, and that's what spirit, this literally says they couldn't handle it, or they couldn't handle you, and it says let go of control issues. So confidently just know that you are who you are in your relationship, but don't try to control anyone else. Bad time is going to happen if you're not aligned with what the divine purpose is. If you're not balanced in love, it's going to be bad timing. It's going to be rocky. The waters are going to, it's going to be very fucking mentally, emotionally crazy. That's what will happen when you take matters into your own hand and you don't let the divine guide you. When you actually ask for guidance, when you actually feel the guidance, you have to just understand that it's just a way of balancing things for people. It's a way of you knowing how to balance the scales on your part. What's one more? And it says they developed unhealthy habits. And I think with any type of unhealthy habit, trying to control someone, that's something that you just can't do. You cannot control how someone lives their lives. You can't control how someone speaks to you. You can't control, how you make someone feel or how they react to how they feel, you made them feel. And so I think it's important to just work on yourself, work on the unhealthy habits that you see within yourself, really truly reflect the things that you don't like about your surroundings and about your world to yourself. If you don't like the way your business is put out into the world, think about what you actually want to put out into the world and start to be that type of person, be that type of light. That's what this month of October is about. It's about ending cycles that do not serve you so new things to begin, and things that have already begun to end the things that needed to end. It's all about having this completion within yourself. It's all about breaking cycles within yourself. It's all about newness, because when January comes and everybody's writing their resolution down, you can get started now. Get started now. So this is general. We've been all over the place. But right now I'm just talking about love. So what came out right now was someone just felt like there was some type of bad timing. There was some type of control issues that were going on because there was some type of unhealthy habits. Someone may have felt like their family was too involved. Like this person always had to talk to their family. Like they talk to you and they talk to their family at the same time. And it's like, there's just things that have to be balanced, but sometimes you don't have to do it with the other person. There's some things that you can do spiritually and physically to balance the scales yourself. You can look at the situation, see this scale and be like, you know what? It's lacking right here. I'm gonna put a little bit of that today for you. I'm gonna go ahead and do that myself because I know you can't do that. Look at a different situation at work. I see it's a little imbalance right there. Let me go ahead and do this before anybody even has to tell me. That's the beautiful thing about just knowing that things are for you, knowing that, everything is working for you. There's nothing, against you. And so I just want to get a little tarot for this love energy, because it's like you may have been with a person that you needed to make some type of effort, but you didn't know where to put the effort to. And that's equally important, because anything too much is too much, and anything too little is too little. I don't know how to say the word. I know it's a saying for it, but I don't know it. All right. So what's going on with make the effort, Spirit? Someone was too sensitive, Lord. The Tower. And the Moon still. And the Death card. Oh my God. So with this sensitive energy, with someone being too sensitive, if you want to balance out the scales in love, if you want to see where, things may be in balance when it comes to your thought process, how you hold on to things that were meant to go, they're gonna go anyway, but just having to hold on to it. When you know that God is coming into your life to remove things, go ahead and peep that scale. Like, you know what? 2 weeks without that person might do me some good. You can look at it a different way, because there's things that are always going to be hidden to you. There's a whole universe. There's the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxies, everything that we do not know of. We barely know of what actually goes on with our body. And so it's like, in order for us to step into, our power, step into alignment with God, step into your glory, you have to peep where those imbalances are. So when things are trying to be snatched away from you and they needed go, let them go. When shit is hidden from you and you don't really understand, either seek clarity or let it go. And when things are ending to begin, let it go. It's very simple. It's because new things are coming in. A page of swords is something new with knowledge. It's a very young energy that's learning. They're going to the book. Oh, it's 2 pages. You're very new at whatever is coming in. You don't know about it. This is only your first time going at it. And so in order to get that balance, in order to get those people that have the information for you, that know how, relationships work in some type of way, know how to do things with your finances, in order to get this guidance from Spirit, you have to do the balancing in the physical. You have to physically see that scale and be like, you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of joy here today. You know, I'm gonna add a little bit, you know, I'm gonna give you $2 today. I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna rub my dog a little bit more today. I'm gonna give an extra hug today. You know, you have to know where you can, you know, where you can fit in, where you can balance, and you know, and yeah, this energy of love, it's all about just knowing where you can bring things in alignment. And so this last wow, the wheel the is trying to come out. That's actually, it's too many things coming out. But this last thing, I'm just going to get channeled messages from, you know, the divine masculine energy. And so with this energy that I have already been feeling with this type of relationship dynamic, you can't control anyone. You can only control yourself. And if there's things that you see that you don't like in another person, really think like, yo, do I do that myself? Is that something that I don't like in myself? Because if it is, this is something that I want to work on before I even, you know, tell this person that, you know, it makes me feel this way. And if you have worked on that and it's something that hasn't changed, then go ahead. Go ahead. All right, so this is for the people that want to know about love and the masculine energy. And so it's really interesting because this says, I catch myself imagining our lives together and how it would all work out. I know you would treat me like a king. And I was already saying, like, there's some type of, you have to picture that alignment. You have to picture that balance when you see these people and when you see these different situations. You know, and so when you see, you know, let's just say it's a man that you have high regard for, you need to see like where that imbalance, like when you have these interactions, you can energetically give a little love, give a little light, give a little this, give a little that, without anybody even knowing, and just understand like that will build a person up before it would tear them down, you know. And so for the people that, you know, really want to know like, how do I balance the scales when it comes to love, do a little bit more of that. But I think for the people that have somebody in mind, this person definitely thinks about you. When you energetically give that, you know, happy donation of a beautiful thought, they catch it, they peep it. It says, you are just perfect. I'm sorry I keep messing up. And so a lot of guys also feel like that. They know what they need to do right, but it's just like inner, like something inner. They don't feel like, it's like if it's that battery tank and you can see where it's like built up at, it's not up at the top. And so it's like you just as a feminine, or you just as like just an energy, just as a masculine or feminine energy, you can give those little donations to that person. You can, trust me, it works. It actually works. God is fucking amazing. It says, be a good, ooh, and it says, that was a little weird. And so it definitely, so that was that was weird. All right, so it says, I have deep wounds from childhood to heal. I know you can help me, but I'm too proud to admit I need to be nurtured. And I was also saying that like some people just need to work on that inner nurturing. Some people don't even know that they want that mothering energy. Some people want to be yelled at because their mother yelled at them. Some people want to think, you know, being smacked around is normal, and so they show that in other type of ways. But you have to know how, you know, the people that you are, how they react to not only trauma but also love, because a lot of people love out of trauma, and a lot of people think that the love that they're receiving is love when it is trauma. It's trauma bonding. And so I think it's important to know that you can't control people, but you can control what you do. You can control who you are and how you want to be to the world. You can donate energetically, lovingly to people. You can fill them up in that way if that's the, you know, the last thing you do. If you can't do anything else, you can speak good on people's behalfs. You can, you know, and if it's definitely about love, if you're not with the person that you want to be with or whatever it is, instead of speaking negatively about anyone, donate love to them. Like, you know what? Those jeans look good on her today. That top, not her color, but it matches her shoes and it looks good. Or, you know, that, you know, you can be a little nicer. And so when it comes to just love in October, in this 10th month of just completion. I think so. I think whenever honestly it just comes to me. I'm gonna try to be more on a schedule, but Lord, if you knew my life. All right. It says, it was love at first sight and my first true love. Nobody can take that away from us. And I think and it says, I'm so afraid of changing. And so I think a lot of us feel that once we meet that person that makes us feel like no one's ever felt, that we will never feel that again. It may or may not be true. When you are expecting the best for your life, every time I feel that little flutter in my heart, I'm like, oh shit, God, I know the next time you may just knock me out. So make sure I'm next to a hospital when I meet this man or something, because I already know, like, the way you've shown up in my life. If it's going to be for love, I know it's going to be amazing. If you have that type of expectancy on your life and on your heart and for the things that you want, and allow it to actually manifest because you've been balancing and you've been doing the work, God will actually fucking blow you away. The way a person will treat you, the way, like, you'll be like, you really are fucking heaven sent. And they will know. They'll be like, yep, I am. Yep, I am. So what's underneath? I've checked on you to see if you're with someone else. You could have anyone you want. And I think that's so important. And I think, when it comes to just love and when it just comes to just disagreements or whatever it is, I think when we are working on ourselves and we're loving ourselves and we know that we are the best for ourselves, we can, our desires of our hearts will be met. And I think knowing that in another person, once you actually see another person divinely and you're like, wow, this person is actually a beautiful person, and I may have hurt them in the past and that wasn't what I wanted to do, but I really don't know how to change. I don't know how to change on the inside. I don't know where to begin on the inside. I think knowing that, just humbly knowing that, we all have the right to choose. And if we're in alignment, God will always bring us, the right things. You know that people will also come back to you when you allow them to go through their transitions, when you allow them to go through, their endings, when you allow them to go through, their life with God. Some people, actually do come back to you. And so I just want to get one more. What's one more from this masculine energy? And so it says, I save everything you send to me. I'm sorry I don't always know the right response, but I'm coming up with better answers. And I think that's so important because sometimes, just as a person, you really don't know the right thing to say at that moment. You want that person, you want them right then and there, but time then goes by because you don't even know how to communicate that. And so I think for the people that are, wanting to know about love, for October, it says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. It's all about knowing where those imbalances are, putting that energy there, like, oh, you need a little of this, you need a little of that, I need a little of this, I need a little of that today. If you can't do it physically, you're doing it all in spiritual, you just have to physically see it, and things will start to just shift for you, okay? They will start to shift. And so I just want to get one last message, one last just chakra healing message, because it's all about balancing. And for the people that are visual learners and the chakra system actually allows them to see where their imbalances are, I think this is a great tool. So it says the sixth chakra, third eye chakra, inner knowing. I trust my inner knowing and I'm at peace with myself. I create more moments of stillness and silence, and I listen for truth. I am open to connecting and listening to my gut and my heart's feelings, and I don't override them with my mind's logic. I practice meditation, prayer, and contemplation. And so I think for this month of October, you guys are really listening to your body. You're listening to that heart feeling, that gut feeling. You're seeing different situations like, something's not right. I think, I can't be in that situation, but mentally I can just do a little better. I can send a little love there. I can send a little this there. I can send a little that there. If it's about, if it's about work, same way, I see my coworker lacking here, I'm gonna just go ahead, and do this, but I don't even need anybody to tell me to do this. I'm just gonna do this out my heart. And if it's about love, if it's about, if you're not even with a person, or if you're with a person, just seeing where the imbalance is and just energetically donating there and building that alignment, so the things that you have been working on in the past can continue to bloom into fruition, and the things that you're working on in the future to start to, those seeds to start to plant, and so that's actually, all I have for you guys. This was a little longer than I thought. I am going to try to come more normally. If I do create a schedule that I can stick to, I will post it so you'll know when I go live. But thank you guys and have a good day. I never know how to cut this off, so bear with me.